So, I wanted to talk to the people who have not been to a protest yet. I can only really speak from my own experience. I went to my first protest last winter slash spring, whatever, the No Kings. The first No Kings protest was my first protest. I've been voting Democrat, since I was old enough, but I never really got involved politically. I did this year. I started campaigning for Democratic candidates in special elections, running my TikTok and YouTube pages, and going to protests and pretty much doing anything that I can in my spare time to help with, just to help. But I remember when I went to the first protest, I was very nervous. I am not a person who enjoys um, crowds of strangers, um, loud noises, or even, leaving the house. So I told my friend that I went with, I said, I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in what we're doing, because this is standing on a street corner with a sign with a bunch of strangers in front of other people is not normally in my wheelhouse. But when I went to that first protest, it was, I'm not going to lie, it was an emotional experience for me. I got there and the crowd was, there was quite a few people there, but they were starting to form. And then I started looking around and I started seeing from the parking lot behind us people just streaming in, streaming in, holding signs, wearing costumes. And this was back at the first No Kings. And then the crowd started to grow, and it was bigger and more people, and people started dancing and singing and chanting. Like the people to the side of me were chanting, no ice, no fear, immigrants are welcome here, and it was, I had an emotional moment. I'm not somebody who's very optimistic or idealistic normally. I would say I'm very cynical in a lot of ways. I'm very sort of expect the worst out of life in a lot of ways because I've experienced the worst out of life in a lot of ways. But for me personally, just to see all of those people coming together, despite the threats from Trumpy Dumpy, despite all of the things, him saying he would meet them with great force, and